So I came down here today, and over there you see that log over there. That was the post that was right here, and I just measured it. Well, not just, but I measured it today. I cut this post 34 inches because when I put the level under the beam, it said it's level. But that post is 35 inches. So I just took some time to move all these blocks here, set up my jack, and I jacked it up. So that looks like about an inch. That looks like about an inch. And you can see how much pressure it split the 2x4. See that? And see how it entered the piece of metal into it. And all this here, you can see how it was buckling. I really lifted it up, and before I just took the pressure out of the jack. And you can see here, I hope it's still level. Okay, so that's level enough there and here. Level enough. So I leveled it, and I put this shim in here that's hardwood, so it won't compress. That looks like about an inch. Yeah, that looks like about an inch. So I just let the jack down, but when I had the jack completely up and I went upstairs, you can see all the cracks closed up. But I just let the jack down, and this really came down a lot, you know. I don't know if it... Let's go have a look-see and see if the cracks open back up. I don't think I could have done that with a smaller jack. With like a 2-ton. Yeah, so the cracks that were there are all closed up. You can see cracks that are there closed up, no longer there. That crack there is not too bad. You barely see it. The crack here has closed up. Right? Oh, that's a new crack. Oh, that's not a big deal. Right? See, it's closed up. The crack up there is closed up. So yeah, that's good. That's good. So all the new cracks pretty much have gone. And that should be good. That should be good. I assume that all the renovations inside here was done after the beam rotted. Why? Well, if you come in here and take a look up in the corner there. Oh wait. See how it's buckling? The wall's pushing up into the ceiling. I don't know if you can see how it's buckling there. Yeah, you see it. It's buckling. So these renovations and paint job was done after the chalet, after the beam was already rotted. So now that I fixed it, I shouldn't fix it any more than I did. So now it's just a matter of waiting just a little bit for everything to settle and everything to normalize, and then I can come back and deal with the cracks here. But I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with that. It was my mistake because of fatigue. I didn't check to see. I didn't make a note of the distance between the concrete pad and the beam. Okay, and luckily that post didn't have any shims in it. So that post from the concrete pad to the beam was the measurement. When I took that post down, you could see the cottage drop a bit, you know, so thank God for that. But that was a mistake on my part, out of fatigue, you know. I'm not like today. I woke up late. I came here to work for an hour. I had some sushi, and then I wasn't feeling good, so I stopped working at 1:30, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up at around 3 as well. I'm booking it for 3:15, and yeah, so I'm not in a harmonious state of mind to pay attention to all these small little details. Um, it does bother me. I mean, you know what? I don't think I should take any more jobs like this, just because of my health. I can do these things easily, but um, I can do these things. It's just I would do them for myself, not for anybody else, because I would catch these things because I did it for myself, and I would try to rectify them. But on a job, I just don't have enough concentration to make sure that when I button everything up, that my customer is not going to see things like that. So I don't think I'm going to take any other jobs like this. You know, I just don't. I'm a useless man right now. I'm just a completely broken and useless man, and I just gotta admit it. Instead of trying to make money, just try to survive. You know. Anyway, I'm glad I got that. That was bothering me a lot. So now I'm gonna go downstairs and clean up the basement. She wanted me to do a few things today. That's why you see that plug there. Now, with Liz, she kind of gets a little excited. Because I told her this plug, you could use it outside. Just put an outdoor conduit on it. And, you could use it for a plug outside instead of having to run the plug under the screen door here. She wants it permanently mounted there. I just wanted to take something temporary that's under the, because I wasn't going to put this back. I was just going to roll it up and tack it on the beam somewhere. But I said to myself, I could probably attach it somewhere around here for her to use during the summer, and in the winter time, before the winter, I could just take it back off and roll it and put it underneath the cottage. It's just a temporary thing until everything's all buttoned up and said and done. So, that's why I have it there. I was trying to figure out what breaker was connected to it, so I found the breaker, and they bought the conduit for it. I can't do much about that because I don't have the drill bits today with me. I didn't know I needed drill bits for that. So, anyway, I'm glad I got to jack that up and remedy the cracks. It looks like I made a new crack here, but I understand why that crack is there. That one right there. It's not a big crack, but it's because the beam here is not touching the joist. I think I might shim it instead. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll shim it. I'll put some shims and smash them in there and see what happens, but that's not a big deal. So, yeah, I'm glad. I'm satisfied with that. If you don't really look, you don't see those cracks. And there were obvious cracks there, and now you can't see them at all. And the crack up there, you don't see it at all. And this crack here, if you don't really look, it's not bad. Like I could have left it the way it was, fill in these cracks with putty, and that would have never moved. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I feel like shit. I don't know why I take jobs like this. Yeah, so I'll clean up underneath there, and I'll call it a day. Because the other thing she wants me to do is run this, so I'll need maybe 1 1/8 concrete bit. So